role that you play, you're such a chameleon. So what can we expect for this film?
This is my main job on this film was executive producing, and I play a tiny part in the movie. But I play an English professor, which is a bit of a stretch, seeing as I can hardly read. But it was. My involvement with the film goes way back to like 2006 when it was originally a play, and we had the first reading in my garden back in 2006, and we've been on this extraordinary journey with it. And I think my passion for the movie really was because I wanted to get this story made, and it was such a great opportunity to get 5 fantastic roles for women up front in a movie where they're not just being like the victim or the abused wife or the other woman. Real characters, real people with real kind of issues. And it was a chance to kind of try and redress the balance a little bit.
I love to hear this is a passion project basically for you. What was the hardest part getting this all together?
Well, the hardest part was actually getting everyone involved at the same time. I mean, we met with fantastic enthusiasm. Everybody we went to said, "Oh, we love this script, we love the thing, we love that." But call us back in 6 months. And that's the story for independent films all over. Any independent filmmaker will tell you it's the same route. It's like trying to get 50 people in different places, all standing on a table, and get them all to jump off that table at the same time. And they're all in like 50 different locations, and all you've got is one phone to try and kind of get it all together.
It took 10 years to get them to all jump off at the same time.
Well, yeah. I mean, this whole thing started in 2006, and here we are.
I love that too. And in terms of just this female cast too, I heard that they did a lot of bonding and stuff like that.
They did, yeah. They even even had sleepovers on the set together to get a sense of being sisters and a family, albeit a fractured one. And so there was a lot of they worked very hard to create that, and I think they did it very well. They pulled it off beautifully. I mean, you really get a sense of these 4 women sort of. Even though they may not want to be, are inevitably tied together, bonded together as a family.
And I feel like this movie in particular is kind of shrouded in mystery unless you've read the play, because there's no trailer, trying to get all the behind-the-scenes clips and stuff. Right. What can we expect? Is it dramedy? Is it like, should I have my tissue box, or should
I think you should have some tissues handy. Be ready to laugh. It's a pretty well-rounded movie in terms of what it offers an audience. I think it's a very powerful story, a very timely story. But the real strength of the movie, I believe, is in these fantastic performances, and it's that's what kind of jumps off the screen enormously.
And then I have to ask you, you're going to be a part of Ryan Murphy's feud. What can you tell us about that? I mean, this is going to be huge.
I think it's going to be pretty huge. I mean, we've got an amazing cast, Susan Sarandon and Jessica Lange, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Stanley Tucci, to name but a few.
I love that he brings all you movie stars onto the television.
Well, TV's going through a golden age. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening on TV, and less so in films. That's why a lot of really kind of talented people are gravitating towards television and smaller independent films, because that's where the kind of meat and potatoes is now.
What's your favorite show right now? What are you binge watching?
What am I binge watching? I'm binge watching. I've been binge watching an English show called Happy Valley, which is not a brand new show. It's a couple of years old. And I've just started watching something called Stranger Things.
How are you enjoying that? I took a day and I was done.
Well, I've watched one episode, and I'm really, I'm not quite worked out what's going on, but I'll keep at it for a while.
That's right. You got some time.
And I thought I invented binge watching. I ended up watching 6 episodes of something in one night. And I remember phoning someone in the morning and saying, "You know what I just did last night? I watched 6 episodes. It's great." Oh, we do that all the time. I thought
you're behind. I did 10 episodes.
There you go. I know. It's like how many you can. I think the longest thing I ever did was 8. Yeah. After that, you kind of like that's a day's work. 8 one-hour episodes. That's a day's work.
That was Stranger Things for my boyfriend and I. We looked at each other at episode 7. We're like, do we do 8? Do we just finish it?
And I've still got the last episode of The Night Of to see. I haven't seen that yet, so don't say nothing.
I won't say anything. Well, thank you so much,
My pleasure.
Alfred.
Great.
Such a pleasure.